Oh, I didn't want to press that one. So you were heading toward the dressing room?
Yes.
This is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. About the same time Emma and I heard those shots.
I was on my way back.
Yep. I hit the L button, thinking it would just go left of the first statement. This is the one I care about. A grown person? That's a little vague.
I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Okay, great. It is just she doesn't know the word for adult. Great. Certainly, you could see at least whether the shooter was male or female. I did not want to presume.
It was a man. A young man.
And you're sure of that?
Yes, his voice was quite clear.
Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man.
So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latus?
Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latus who spoke, I would have known.
Indeed. So you were at the window, and you heard the shooter's voice. The voice of a young man.
Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi.
Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? Contradictory. Arguing that it was a grown man is one thing, but that goes against. I don't want to be handing. We're gonna do this thing where we give the prosecution evidence to say it was Machi, because if it was a grown man, why are Machi's prints on the grate? It's gonna do that thing where it's like
We have to prove ourselves guilty to prove ourselves innocent.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna do that again. So, though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lamiror's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled from the scene of the crime.
But that means Lamiror has to be lying.
Again. I know. And I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, The idea was tempting. It is as therefore it says. Yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. Oh, what? What next? Oh, what's he talking about? Lamiro. I understand. Oh, gotta hydrate. Figure the throat back out. I understand. Nope. That's Apollo. Yeah, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. Oh, come on! What does the prosecution mean? Apollo! Oh.
Apollo! What's he talking about?
Sorry. How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes. And when that murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it.
The last time we saw that little latch wasn't in front of her, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No.
That's why I'm saying it's either the clearest glass ever, where it opens more than just a crack.
What? But I'm sure.
Lamiro, I have nothing but the highest regards for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. So you say.
That was so American.
Yeah, and it keeps throwing me off because he's clearly German and speaking with a German accent.
He literally says yeah.
Yeah.
And Achtung.
Yeah. So they couldn't get the intern that recorded that voice line to do it, but German. That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche. We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility. And it brought us to this. Herr Judge. Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request.
Why though? She's not good as an eyewitness, but she's clearly suspect.
There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. But if Lamiro can't testify...
And we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence.
This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Donkey. Yeah.
German.
Donkey. No, where were we? Ah, yes. I would like to hear from Fraulein Detective again. Objection! Wait, let me hear Lamiro's testimony one last time. But the cross-examination is already over. Oh, like that stopped you before, Judge.
You're the judge, you can just say it's not.
We have to trick her now into saying something new and then go, aha, she said something new. I have rights to cross-examine. Until such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand.
I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance.
At last, Back to the real trial. Ready, forehead? I hope I didn't miss my only chance. Fraulein Detective, how far has we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Guy, please just humor him. I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latusa's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Ah, yes. There was only one door in the room. And a witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have a difficult time.
So when... Oh no, that was when she was gone. Never mind.
You sure would. Like, not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was, like, off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant. A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. He does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye.
That the child can't use the gun?
Oh? Oh? What's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again?
Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre.
Oh yeah. She's right. Why did Mr. Latusa's body disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less.
So we're saying that child is strong enough to shoot someone with a .45 caliber weapon and then drag the big show all the way from the backstage to the stage, put him up on that thing, and then crank it all the way up.
Yep.
Yep.
Frosty?
What?
I gotta read Frosty.
Okay.
In the dimly lit corners of Chat City, whispers abound about Ami Borshak and Meg Winter's latest caper. The streets buzz with intrigue as they plot their defense in Apollo Justice's court. But how will they tip the scales of justice? Merch on the line, the crowd holds its breath. It's a case fit for the silver screen. Hashtag just the tip. Hashtag Ace Attorney hype.
Screenshot that. Oh, you can screenshot this one.
Remember, chat, command just the tip. Also, we have Pride merch available on the store. So if you command merch, it'll take you to the store where we have stickers and mugs. Yay!
Hey! I should put one of your Pride logos on my cup.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, we can look at that later.
Oh yeah, the child had to carry him and the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without anyone seeing.
Without anyone seeing. A perceptive oh, no. I'm mixing up all the voices today. A perceptive observation, Herr Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. There's our judge! There he is!
He's not perceptive.
But you work in this job long enough. You get a nose for things.
Judge sure seems pleased with himself.
Very good, Fraulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiroar's song. No one in this country had like a motive to kill the victim. And Machi practically left his signature at the scene. Oh. Oops. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Lamiroar's song? Yes, the guitar's serenade. You notice it's code too, did you not? It's code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held onto so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latusse's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explaining. Oh, hold on. Guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale.
That's mad!
That's mad. I admit, I had forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were.
Sorry. Hey! You know, I was the one who first noticed that.
I've heard of jumping rope to songs, and counting to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Judge. Sorry. It's a wild world out there. Nope. It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next. The cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing. Missing body. Okay. Believe Machi stole because I don't even remember her testimony now.
He stole the body because of the lyrics and
Moved the body to match the song.
and practically left his signature.
Yeah, nobody else had a. No one else had a motive to kill Latousse.
I mean, Lamiroar signed that.
Yeah,
It's
like
her song and her lyrics.
yeah. So what's this? Yeah, let's press the signature thing then. What do you mean by his signature? Like the bullet holes in the wall, of course. The bullet holes? Machi known for just firing guns in dressing rooms? Is he that kind of rock star? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. The other also hit and also left a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And that means what, exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart.
3 foot down.
It would be difficult, almost impossible, to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No! You can't be serious!
Machi! He can't see. That's ableist.
That's why he... Oh, that's you.
That's why he missed?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in the room was blaring at the time, ja? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice. What do I do? Sit back and watch. Just let them tear your client apart, Justice. Just sit back.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah, I mean, why would you bother raising an objection?
What does the game do if you pick that?
Oh, you lose.
Yeah.
Well, in the older games you lose. I think in more recent ones they loop you back around to making the correct choice. You know, illusion of...
Yeah.
Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Oh well, there could have been a struggle with the victim.
Definitely a struggle.
That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Lachicavaga, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely.
Are you just proving their point?
The kickback alone would throw off his aim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Convincing argument, to be sure. Take that, smug prosecution.
Oh, you idiot.
Oh, you're up.
Apollo?
Huh? What?
A bit about Machi being tiny. And the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it?
Oh! Oh no. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. How did tiny little 14-year-old shoot a 45 caliber and not dislocate his shoulder?
Yeah, is he injured? Because that kind of proves he didn't shoot it, by their logic.
What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Yerk!
Yerk! Yarp!
Cripes! I really put my foot in it this time.
If he was Irish, he would have went, Christ!
But, let's get the facts of the matter on the record. If you would, Fraulein Detective. Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony.
Out of it?
Right. From the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind.
don't think you can do that.
Yeah.
And there was a struggle, you know. We know that from the state of the place. Apparently thinks he went in and tripped over everything before he shot the gun.
Yeah, like... Hold on. We're meant to present something, right? Oh! If Machi shot Latus, and Machi's blind, as we've clearly been pointing out for the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
he wouldn't know Latus was writing his name on the ground to wipe it off.
Yeah.
Because that looks like he tried to do the leave the killer's name in blood thing,
Yeah,
and the killer went...
wardrobe.
Yeah! And the killer went, ha! No!
Yeah, we were wondering about that because we couldn't click on it.
Oh god, that worked. The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. A scientific conclusion? Based on thorough examination of the crime scene. Yeah.
Take that, science!
Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. Oh, what?
He's just there with the popcorn.
Yeah. This is that evidence. The photograph of the crime scene?
You didn't say it.
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. This is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There's something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, Ja. Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice.
Was that a nice way to say pull your finger out of your arse?
Yeah. The contradiction is right here. The smeared blood stains? I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something.
Aha, I get it! At least, I think I get it.
Get what, Fraulein?
When Mr. Latus was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh?
Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name? It's certainly a logical conclusion.
Drat! I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that.
Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say? About what? That the prosecution accepts this? You agree that this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latus was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Wait. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter, Emma? said they were blind. Ah! Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi Tobae, is blind? He couldn't have been the shooter. I am... impossible. Order! Or it's going on its own. I have not had any control over those last 5 sentences. Order! 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 Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what this all means. I mean... looking at this photo!
It's not the same.
It seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet, up until now... it seems I owe the court an apology. The governors are a band with law enforcement ties. Yes, a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. Oh my god, he's changing the autopsy report!
Oh my god, he is!
I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Ami is determined to get her nickel back. Her.
Or Apollo's Nickelback.
I'm just determined to get Apollo through this case.
Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like, he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us.
I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents. What's before that?
Let's rock out with our docs out.
I'm making a note of that so I don't forget it for the YouTube version. That is going to be one of the cut down titles. Come on.
Rock out with our docs out.
There we go.
You're welcome.
I have a question for the Fraulein detective.
Can I have an Oreo for that?
If I may. Yeah, I suppose you can have a treat. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machi Tobae is blind? Huh? Is he going to not be blind? Is that a gimmick too?
Mm-hmm.
But they told us it wasn't a gimmick. Didn't they?
Oh, remember.
What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamiror lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machi Tobae. According to this, Machi Tobae can see perfectly well. What? His blindness. Blindless? His blindness.
Well, he's blindless, yeah.
Yeah, well, his blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? Huh? Hair forehead. Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fraulein Detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider, Machi Tobaye sees. And he was the only one who could have fled to the event. I see. No problems with this. With this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Blindless is technically accurate. The best kind of accurate. Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Herr Forehead neatly explains those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. Is that the first time we've got a zoom in on him?
I'm not sure. It doesn't look familiar.
No. Also, his shoulder's all scuffed. Ah! How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Whenever he does his little hit, I keep expecting him to go full villain laugh.
Just waiting for the head to get thrown back.
Yeah.
Can't understand yet.
This is where the real fun begins, Air Forehead. Yeah! It's black. Because it didn't let me read it. It just jumped 5 sentences ahead again. I knew you didn't have what it took. You. Bitch. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief?
Yeah, apologize.
Oh, sorry.
That's no way to apologize.
Oh, he's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering now. Whatever. I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Oh, don't say that! Aha. Wait, no. Aha! What? This bloodstain? The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? And that seems to be what happened, yeah. We might be able to find out what was really written here. With the power of forensic science. Oh, really? You can do that? That's
Luminol?
Yep. That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? As if I'm gonna tell you. The bloodstains covers a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. He was writing the killer's blood on carpet? Writing the killer's name in blood on carpet. Ugh, that does not sound like it would be fun.
It would also take a heck of a lot more blood.
Yeah.
Because all the fiber would
absorb it. Yeah.
You can't leave like streaks to do like a straight line.
$11,073 really would just be 11,037.
That looks like it says traitor.
Right. Go for it, Apollo. She's on our side now, is she?
I guess so.
Since he made a fool of her. I have to do the test. You just have to spray the luminol on it? Simples.
So you do it then.
A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yes. I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press A to spray an area. Here, give it a try. And the eyes of the entire court are focused on me.
Apollo, your hand's shaking.
Let's do this.
Perfect. Oh God.
What?
IPY. Is this a captcha? Do we have to get through this first to get the message? IP.
Wait, does that say something?
IPXX31426.
What are you reading? I can't see it.
You can't see it. You can't read a captcha. Are you a human?
Yeah.
You read it then.
Wow, it really works.
This must be the power of science.
It says IPXX 314206. Oh, so it's Pi's IP address. Cool. Is that the killer's name? What the f... Maybe it is. If the killer was a robot. Aha! I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters... No, I'm gonna just keep going with the first one. I thought those letters, IPXX, looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? Interpol? Like, you mean the International Police Agency? Yeah. Most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. Latus was an Interpol agent. That gives somebody a motive.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty cop in the Governors?
Maybe.
Big phallic-y haired individual?
Perhaps.
Or is there something a bit more sinister going on with Lamiror and Machi? Do they have some sort of scam going on? Because he's only their new handler? So has he been assigned to them for a case he's working on?
Maybe.
But why would he write that number? Oh, why would Mr. Latus even know a number like that? Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on. Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand, ja.
Don't poke anyone's eye out with that thing.
Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27.
Why did he have to come to the stand for that? So we just get a shot
to
off
remind the player who Darian is, because we haven't seen him since
they were arguing over the sound.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi Tobaye is really an undercover Interpol agent?
Why would he be one?
That would be a possibility. I mean, this is a universe where 14-year-olds can graduate law school. Why wouldn't Machi
True.
Tobaye be an Interpol agent?
True.
Why wouldn't he?
They've trained him since he was 4.
Yeah. Probably comes from some, like, assassin family or something. That would be a possibility. That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. But why would, if Machi is the Interpol agent, why would
he's
Latus
undercover,
know his ID?
if he was undercover, why would Latus know that?
Why would Latus know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Oh, come on, you can't all be this stupid. If someone has to posit the idea that Latus is the Interpol agent. Well, we had some time while we wait for Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobaye.
Oh?
Oh, what are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please, accept my apologies. I received words that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he could see? Exactly. Exactly. It makes little sense.
You said could. He couldn't.
Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobaye pretended he was blind. Do you know why?
Blind orphan who can play the piano?
Yeah, it's his gimmick, right? Because he's the whatever of the arpeggio.
Yeah, nope.
Do you know why? How could he know?
Wait. Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he?
He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on this whole time. Something wrong. Something wrong. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kinds of game? No, that the moment I heard that report, I knew why.
Did he? Album sales.
That's it, yeah.
That's where it would come from in real life.
I mean, there's people who, think, God, what's his name? Was just a gimmick.
Oh,
Ray
Charles?
Yeah. People think that was a gimmick. People allegedly have proof from a concert that it's a gimmick.
People say that about Stevie Wonder as well, don't
That's,
they?
yeah. So it is a thing.
ERB focused on that for their... Who was it against him? Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Stevie Wonder versus Wonder Woman, yeah. Yeah, so like, that is a thing that happens in the industry.
Or it's a conspiracy theory about it anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, that's more so what I meant, but...
So if it happened in California, it would make total sense.
I suppose people who have sold over 500,000 records really are something else.
No, over 1 million.
What?
That said 1 million, not 500,000.
Did it? Wow, okay, I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. Oh, what does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Lachicavaga pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that show us why the defendant had to feign blindness?
You save here? I'm trying to think what evidence we have now.
Whoa! No, no!
Careful.
What's this? He's blind and plays the piano. She sees his music and paints it.
Okay.
Sightseeing music.
Well, yeah, that's her whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
She creates an image of the song or whatever it is.
Yeah, because I don't think anything else. We don't have anything else to present. It's the only thing we have.
Yeah, it probably depends on what that says at the bottom of it as well.
Yeah, we never did look into that. See if anyone had put it together. Alright, let's go with it. Show evidence. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. He needs powder. His cheeks are looking a bit shiny. Yeah. Which means... No, it couldn't be. Good sure hair forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Oh, why can't I figure out these things on my own?
You're an idiot.
You're a protagonist in an Ace Attorney game.
That hatch takes away your brain power.
I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well. Look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. That is... Lachicavaga? Lachicavaga and Lachicavaga. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lachicavaga and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times. Yet, we've just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. So why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Lachicavaga is the blind one?
Okay.
Really? Really? It was the other way, it was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lachicavaga. What's this? So you mean to say that Lachicavaga is... She's... Yes, Your Honor. Lachicavaga is blind. Who the fuck led her in and out of
The courtroom?
Yeah. What? What? Order. Order. This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin. I need to record the last few seconds here, because
Okay.
when it did that pan out shot that it does, I've never noticed how much Apollo looks like Popeye.
Popeye?
He's got this really weird, like, old Western animation look to him.
I mean, I'm getting Astro Boy, to be honest.
Well, yeah. I kind of just meant like the art style rather than Popeye himself.
Okay, because yeah, he looks nothing like Popeye.
No, but he's got that real sort of like 40s art look to him, but definitely seeing Astro Boy with the spike
from the side, definitely.
Yeah.
And Druzy there is much more grown up looking.
Yeah. I just thought it was just an odd observation. Even Hair
He
Judge.
is all leg, isn't he? Oh, he's a demon.
Yeah. He has no eyes. He do not see. She is also just all leg. But yeah, Jesus, like
His little belly is even out there.
yeah, you pointed that out before.
Yeah, and I mean even there. Yeah, I was navel gazing, and the game called me out for it. Those two guys in the crowd, 3, 4, 5, oh, they're all looking at us.
Oh no!
Like directly at us.
I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin. Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. Hey! Skullunkathunk! I tried.
Very nice.
I tried.
Very nice.
I tried to hold it as long as I could.
But welcome back. You're not squishy no more.
I'm still squishy.
Big squishy hugs.
That's it. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead.
The judge should be very offended by these comments.
George only takes offense when you mention baldness.
We're talking about a big forehead there. Judge has the biggest forehead in the room.
Apollo has hair though, so I can see the judge being like, yeah, get him, go on. Yet, I see it is not vast in veins this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah. Wasn't she supposed to be like
That's the one.
Wasn't she supposed to be like the landscape painter in Sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamiro herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room.
Apollo, what does this mean for our case?
I have no idea anymore. Don't ask me! I had no idea she couldn't see!
How did she know there was a window in there?
The Toos didn't know.
Mm.
She looked through the window because she heard a voice.
Mm.
She uses her ears not just because of singing. She has to use her other senses.
Yeah.
Oh, this is opening up a lot. Oh. I hadn't even imagined it until now. All good, Skell. Just
All good.
getting turned around by the game, I guess.
Yeah.
Or getting turned about. Bailiff, bring in Lamiror.
Do the roar.
Lamiror, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must.
Please, do not be concerned on my behalf.
Those eyes. She really can't see? Really?
It is true.
Huh?
How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world.
So you are...
Yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became La Mirror. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for La Mirror.
Oh. I see.
That's really insensitive, Judge.
I see. Aw. But hope you're doing well, Skell. How was your week? You may have recalled me saying something towards the beginning of this trial here, Forehead. Oh, what's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Now, let me roar. I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the course about your eyes?
Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor?
Yes. Yes, of course. Though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor.
I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Been doing great, been chilling and watching streams.
Nice.
Speaking of streams, I need to get back to this game. Yeah, it's been, what, 2 weeks for us now?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it again tomorrow. But I think Splatoon has other ideas about that.
We'll see.
But this is a murder trial.
I thought it was a circus. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what.
That also explains the only ever speaking Borginian thing. Can't catch a blind woman out for being blind if she's not speaking your language.
Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would...
Oh. She told us the truth in the beginning. And then she said she saw nothing. Technicality at its finest.
Very well.
And the judge is like, yeah, okay.
Does the defense have anything to add?
I'd like to cross-examine.
But what is there left to ask?
There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Very well. The defense may proceed. The Chief Justice is going to fire me. I was supposed to be there an hour ago. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness.
Why?
Oh, it's doing this thing where we get one shot to ask the right thing, and if we fail, we lose.
It's stupid though.
Oh, it is. It's totally stupid.
He hasn't stressed her out yet.
No, he's stressed out for her.
Yeah. May I?
Okay. There was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that, and I'll be happy. This is the bit that's bugging me.
Everyone on my staff knew.
And that means Latouche would know.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have called her a witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche?
Of course. He was my manager.
So he knew. And that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
Is he right, Apollo?
Yeah, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
Hey, you're cold? Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Help is on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The witness can't see. It's just obtuse enough that it's like he can't see because he's dimming because he's dying.
Oh, that's good, video game. That's good.
Oh, that's so good.
Freaky.
Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness?
The witness is Siren.
Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness. He named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind.
I don't know.
Huh? What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said.
He says that like he was there.
Well, they're trying to make him Edgeworth, aren't they? Like, they're trying to, like, no prosecutor has been Edgeworth since Edgeworth. Like, Francisca was whip happy. Godot just hated you. But nobody's been smarmy, really.
But even, like, if Apollo was describing that scene to the court, would he be like, you know, acting out, can't see, you know?
Yeah.
It just seemed like he's saying this like he was there, like they have a video of this.
I was just
coming out of his memory.
I was just about to say, imagine, like, remember we were watching the Ace Attorney movie and they're literally throwing evidence across the room at each other?
On the big
on
screens.
the big screens.
Yeah,
Like,
so the screen comes up
screen
out of his
pops up and
head
it's
and
just a
shows them.
flashback.
Yeah.
Think of his last words once more.
The witness. Siren. We've heard them many times. along with a little play acting by...
Oh, he is just acting it out each time.
He is there going, oh, so cold, can't see.
It's amazing.
Along with a little play acting by our defense.
I remember them well myself, but that the statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What do you mean before? Ah! That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness.
I see.
Stop saying I see.
I know. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Hair Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Ugh. Oh my god.
That face is incredible.
What I loved about it that time was just the gradual sink, the into the like the beak.
Order, order.
Recall Lamiro's earlier testimony.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But you couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that.
That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latus witnessed her through that window. Through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness?
But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course.
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant.
This is just the DL6 incident. He's gonna hear somebody in this trial yell or scream, like Edgeworth did with Von Karma, and go, "That roar! It was you!" Oh, this is just DL6. Why is everything DL6? Yeah. Why does it always come back to the fucking DL6 incident? Always!
Hopefully he doesn't go and like talk to Phoenix and he goes, like that time. if I see that elevator one more time, I swear.
I never want to see that elevator in my life ever again. Like when I inevitably replay these games in like 10 years, I'm just skipping trial 4. Oh, I wish. No, maybe by then it'll be out of my system.
Your Honor! What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here?
Is there the evidence we're waiting on? No.
We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation?
The Interpol numbers that Mr. Latus left us.
Well, let's hear it.
Judge is like, oh fuck yeah.
We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescend, your report, please.
Forgot that was his surname. I was like, who the hell is this?
I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing.
Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent?
Secret agent kid.
I was gonna say boy.
That works too.
IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latus.
Used his real name.
Yeah.
So good at undercover.
Yeah.
What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation.
Damn that hair.
Mm.
Just damn.
I was gonna, just before you said damn, I was gonna imitate Judge going, ow! Ow, my face, my eye.
So when he wrote those letters,
He was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away.
Romaine Lettuce? Yep. Yeah, that is his name. That is the pun for his name.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent. So him being Lamirore's manager...
It was just a cover, most likely.
There's one other important detail I found.
Well outfitted.
It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon.
That belongs to him.
Apparently, it belonged to Romaine Latouche.
I mean, it had to.
He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. And the registration number on the revolver matched.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything.
It's got to tie in somehow, you'd think.
Yeah, somehow.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out.
What? Who's holding? Oh.
Ooh. Hold it!
Sure.
Done, 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 done.
There you go.
Wait!
Lamiror, is something the matter?
That voice just now.
Darian.
Mr. Daryan, is it? It was him. I am sure of it.
It was him.
You aren't saying.
That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Daryan.
It was me, Clavier. It was me all along, Clavier. Got me again, Apollo Justice. Oh, wait.
Is this some kinds of a joke? Wow.
Ooh.
Did you hit the music for that was great. It was like a just like an amp fritzing. What?
No way.
Is that gonna be his guilty tick that he flicks his hair up the way?
Oh, I really hope like when he turns, like the thing comes down, or it turns into a different shape completely.
Opens up into like another shark mouth.
Yeah.
The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state. The trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before.
Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Let me roar. Fingering the Darian Crescend! Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. She diddled and fiddled him. Could it really have been his voice Lamiroir heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Hey! No wimping out now, Apollo!
To be continued.
Ah, okay.
Oh, wow. Good timing.
Much shorter stream than the last one.
Save current progress? Yes. So, when we come back to this, It's back to investigative work.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So, back we go. Return to games menu.
Wow.
I am excited. That was a very good way to end that segment. I didn't expect the turnaround on the reveal that quickly. Wasn't quite as dramatic as DL6.
Yeah. It does make it like are we
What?
because he's the guitarist who fucked up the sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So was someone else? Did someone else do it because he missed the cue? Was someone else on stage pretending to be him?
Oh, that's weird.
Because
Yeah.
it happened while they were still on stage, right?
It happened while they were on stage.
So
Yeah.
how was he shooting someone and being on stage at the same time?
Did he? Oh. Or did he leave and think because the music was blaring, he was judging when his cue would be based on the music coming through the thing.
Oh,
So he went backstage, did it, and
but
made
is he
it.
not the main? No, because he's
Yeah.
only the second guitar, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he popped off for a bit, did a bit of a moida, and then came back for when his cue was meant to be.
And that's
But
when
he
missed
just
the cue.
missed it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Guilty. Every time I'm doing Lamirore's voice, it's reminding me of that girl in Chicago.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Chicago? The
I think.
movie or the musical?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's one girl in it that I think she's Hungarian and she doesn't speak any English except when she goes, "No, not guilty." That's it. You don't know what happened to her because her part of the song is in, I think it's in Hungarian.
But Borginian, Hungarian, same thing.
So just, I guess I'm channeling
Yeah,
her.
that's what I was gonna say. That's where that's your muse for Lamirore's character. Damn, that's a good place to end it off. No, I'm happy enough with that.
Laura's vibrating again.
Yeah, but guys, I think that's really excited. We'll be back to this next week then.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there's nothing on next week, is there? I think it's next week.
oh,
25th.
the 24th.
24th.
Yeah, so Friday 24th we go back to investigating. I mean, you mentioned doing this again tomorrow. I don't want to burn through the game
Yeah, true.
because we've got one chapter left after this.
Yeah.
So what, we do an investigative segment and then
Back to court.
back to court, and then it's probably guilty or not guilty,
Yeah.
and then whatever way the story shakes out going into the finale. Am I wrong, or I don't obviously I'm not gonna load it up, but have we seen her before?
Not in this game, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, she just looks stupidly familiar.
Is she giving you vibes of the sickly girl?
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, the mob boss's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm getting vibes of
The
her.
stripes and the bandana giving
Yeah.
you bandage vibes.
I guess maybe that's all it is. Yeah, maybe that's all it is.
Yeah, she doesn't look familiar. Another part of this trial is the random magician guy.
Yeah.
He just showed up really randomly for like a second and went away, and then showed up really randomly for a second and went away.
Did the magician shoot him?
Like, he's got to come into it, right?
You would hope so.
Like, I know there's a magician guy there, but this guy had a mustache, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was tan. He wasn't
He was, yeah, because you thought he was,
shady.
yeah.
Well, no, I was wondering if the photo in the Right Anything agency was shady, because we only
Is
see
the-
it from the nose, from like the mouth down.
Is the photo... No, wait, is he the photo then and the other guy is the mustache? Or does the photo have the mustache?
I think the photo has the mustache.
So did this guy show up?
No, different guy.
So
It's possible
a
for
third
more than
guy.
one magician to have a mustache.
I know that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't this one or
No.
the guy with the mustache
In
that
the-
we've seen in the photo.
No,
It was another guy with a mustache.
it was another guy with a mustache.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, I am. Because I thought the guy in the photo in the Right Anything agency had like he had like a diamond beard, and I thought it reminded me of Shady, but none of the photos we had of Shady seemed to.
No, he had like a devil goatee.
Yeah, but you're only seeing it from the side.
Yeah.
You don't have anything of him dead on.
Front facing, yeah.
And I didn't want to go looking for one like on the Ace Attorney wiki or anything, just in case
Yeah,
we ran into spoilers.
I googled that word that he kept saying.
Oh, atroquinine?
Yeah. And the first thing that came up was Ace Attorney Wiki, so I closed it straight away because I was like, okay, no, that's something else.
That's fair. Yeah, that's.
It could just be that that's the name of the song, but I didn't want to find out.
Hmm.
It sounds like a drug or something, which would make sense.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
Emma looks really wholesome in the thumbnail for number 2.
yeah.
It really isn't.
No, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
You're welcome, Monster.
yeah, no, Monster, we are delighted to have you as always. Thank you for
Thank
stopping
you for staying here. 3 hours. It's not quite 6.
in. No, not quite 6, and I'm getting to bed at something of a reasonable hour today. Into the city in the morning, and then I might be on for some Splatoon, and then we'll kind of see what happens Saturday night, but we'll work it out.
We going to McDonald's?
Maybe.
We've gotten what, 3 of the...
Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello Kitties.
Yeah.
So we have Red Eyes, we have Time Wizard, and we have Dark Magician Girl.
And we found a Dark Magician Girl as well.
Yeah.
Some kid left it behind in their high chair, so we snatched it.
Wait, you stream normal hours? Sometimes. Usually Saturdays. If I do something early, it's like I usually start at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon and finish up at like 6, get dinner, and then I stream at stupid hours. So
You stream all day.
hey, blame my job.
Yeah.
My job, my day job, has me working 1 till 10. I don't get a choice but to stream stupid hours. Hell, peeling back the curtain a little bit, I was talking with Didymus the other day about potentially streaming in the mornings before work, and then just going to bed afterwards. So I sleep from like, let's say 12 till 8. And then streaming from 9 till 12 in the morning,
Yeah,
and then
like
go
noon. Yeah.
like noon, and then going to work for 1 o'clock.
It could be awkward though, because you know sometimes when a game starts running long, and
Yeah.
you can't stop it. Like there's no save point or anything.
That's been my only thing. It would have to be something I'm in control of. Like I don't know, maybe something like .hack where the cutscenes don't go on for 20 minutes like a Final Fantasy does.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe I could do like Final Fantasy, like .hack in the mornings. And then bigger games at night if I feel like streaming twice. But if I stream in the morning and then go to work, I'm just going to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to stream twice
Yeah.
unless it's the weekend, because we'd be
Yeah.
doing this. I can't see us doing this at 7 in the morning.
No.
Neighbors would really hate us.
I mean, they can't complain at 7 in the morning.
No.
You're allowed to do like you're allowed to do work on your house at 7 in the morning, so, or at least 8.
Yeah.
Like workmen can come into your house and start hammering and banging, like so.
Yeah.
So they can't complain at that hour.
No. Be interesting to see if we get a knock on the door in the morning now after this, considering we're...
We weren't actually that loud though.
No, last week was very special. It was very... Like, it was 6 hours. We
We started a bit late,
It
I
was
think.
probably a bit more than 6 hours, honestly.
Yeah.
It was probably closer
We
to
were-
like 7 or 8 because there was so much messing around and
Yeah, it was
chat was
definitely
a bit more full
6
and I was
around the time when we finished.
yeah, it was definitely 6 in
half
the
six,
morning
yeah.
when we finished for sure. But like
The game kept going, and
chat was great and there was a lot of banter and we were
I
getting
was
lots of
hyperactive
raids
as well.
and
Yeah, there were so many raids.
so like and that's great,
It was
so
just
it
a
all
big-
just added to the energy and we just fed off that and
Yeah.
it was one of my like noise complaint aside, it is one of my favorite streams we've ever done.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about the noise complaint.
No, I don't. I moved, I did my due diligence.
Yeah.
Like
We moved to a different room that's not attached to another house, so they can
yeah.
fuck off.
Basically,
Sorry.
Basically yes. I need to put down the streams and the Hades too. Thanks again. No worries, Monster. Sleep tight.
Yeah, sleep well. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. We love and appreciate you, so thank you for being here. But to everyone else, to all of our other lurky turkeys, we will see you all soon. As I say, I will probably be back with some Splatoon tomorrow.
No, even Frosty said goodnight.
Aww. Even Frosty's saying goodnight. That's adorable. So I might be back with some Splatoon 3 tomorrow because of the Splatfest, and then we'll just kind of take it from there, see what happens. Yeah. That's it. Like I don't really. Oh, because I'll be streaming on my own, I'll have a model on screen, so you guys will get to see my tail in action.
Yeah.
You want to come see my? You want to see my tail? Got a nice little drill on the top. Just the tip. So. But yeah, to everyone who stopped by tonight, all of you lurky turkeys, and to everyone who was in chat, even if it was for 5 minutes at the start, just to say hello, or if you were, you were here with us throughout, we love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again soon for more justice. Ta-ra for now.
Bye-bye.
Slán leat. Agus gurb maithagwibh.